Professor Mary Baird. You ever heard of her? She's a broadcaster, a classicist and an academic. Ooh. Who initially felt a thrill when the Colston statue was pulled down. She called it exciting and the right thing to do. Mary has finally admitted that she now thinks it's more complex than it appears. Well done, at last. I mean, to be frank, I could have told her that ages ago. If she'd listened to any of my monologues over the past 6 months, she could have drawn the same pretty obvious conclusion there. Sadly, I don't have the lofty title as an academic and don't study classics, so I guess now Mary has finally come to this conclusion, one which both you and I had already worked out. Perhaps the woke brigade will listen to her. Seriously, Mary, keep up, Professor. She's finally realised that the current links to modern slavery in her mobile phone, the thing that is metaphorically strapped to the palm of her hand, or maybe she's got one of those trendy watches. It doesn't take much research to work out that this particular narrative, and she should have known that the phone would have had links to slavery. Maybe she just didn't fancy getting rid of it. And in fact, modern-day slavery is actually worse because it's globally considered illegal, whereas in the Colston era it was an acceptable trade. It's just dawned on her that she possesses objects that she would have components probably put there together and mined by slaves, and that removing everything with links to slavery would mean that there'll be nothing left and that she would be a hypocrite. And currently, a dean at the Jesus College at Cambridge wants to remove a plaque of Tobias Rustat, a 17th century courtier who invested about £400 in the Royal African Company and had links to the Royal Adventurers. Both of those companies dealt with the slave trade. He donated about £2,000 to the college, which in today's money would be worth around about 450k. The money was used to educate orphans of the clergy. I'll be watching the outcome of this with interest. Apparently, and it's quoted, the students did not want to attend because they found it, I quote, distressing, and also others apparently felt disquieted and discomforted by the presence of the memorial. And of course, there was that removal of the portrait of the Queen from the common room at Magdalen College in Oxford, where the picture was deemed to be a symbol of our recent colonial history. Surely we cannot continue down this retrospective path of being offended by a plaque or an object that may have so-called links to slavery. Modern-day slavery is happening now. It's far worse, and it's going on throughout the world. Places like North Korea, Europe, parts of Africa. And in fact, it's a global phenomenon. There are even modern-day slaves here in the UK.